Welcome to My Life Experiment. I have been experimenting. I am trying to gamify my life. Like you're in a video game and you're trying to get to the next level and you're trying to do all these things. That's the way I'm looking at my life. And in a video game, you have points and you accumulate points or wealth or whatever you're accumulating. In my life, I'm measuring things and it is giving me self-confidence. It's giving me motivation to keep going. There's different ways you can measure things. I want to read more books. How can I measure that? I can measure it by the amount of books I read. I can get really into the nitty-gritty and how many pages I read per day, per week, per month. It depends how much of a numbers person you are. Or I can keep track on how many days in a row I've been reading. I've read 10 days in a row, 11 days in a row. Then you get a streak going and you want it to keep going. Or in an amount of time. This month, how many days have I read? I read 20 out of 30 days this month. That gives me 80% or whatever the percentage is. Then I feel good that I'm doing it. And if I'm not doing it, if I say to myself, I want to read more, but because I'm measuring it, I can tell that I'm not reading more. I only read 5 days this month, or I only finished one book this month, or whatever your measurement is for you. Then I know where I need to improve, or I know that it's really not a priority for me, or I really need to make it a priority. So measure things. You want to pay off all your debt? Calculate how much debt you have and then keep track. Measure it. As you pay things off, you'll find it motivating. You might not buy that Starbucks next time you're in Starbucks because you know if you save that $5 and put it towards your debt, you know you're getting close to your goal of being debt-free or whatever it is. Measure it. Measure yourself financially. Find out where you are and measure it, how you're going to get where you want to be. Measure yourself with your fitness, how many days you go to the gym, how heavy weights you can lift. There's so many ways that you can measure your life. And if you start it, it will become like a game and you will want to get better. Even with becoming a minimalist, there's so many ways that you can measure it. On the surface, you think, how can you measure if you're a minimalist or not, especially if you're just on the journey, if your house doesn't seem like it's a minimalist house yet. I'm currently doing a 30-day challenge where on day 1, you purge one thing, on the second, you purge 2 things, third, 3 things, and so on until 30 days. So at the end of the month, I think the total would be about 445 items that you would purge from your house. That's the way to measure if you're becoming a minimalist. Each and everything, how many items have you purged from your house? You could do it room by room. You have 5 rooms in your house. How many rooms have you got done? I've got 3 rooms out of 5 done, so I'm 60% there. There's different ways you can measure different things. Just think about it and start to measure your life, and you will start to improve your life. You'll improve your habits. You'll get streaks going. You'll get percentages going. You will get momentum, and that will help keep you going. When it comes to your food, you can keep a food diary. They say that if you write it down, you start to eat cleaner. It's even better if you have an accountability partner that's going to look at your food diary and see that you ate that chocolate bar. But even for yourself, just the act of writing things down, you will improve. What about your screen time? I'm sure your phone will tell you how often you check Instagram or Facebook. How many hours a day do you spend on those things? Keep track. You may not even want to know, but ignorance is not bliss, trust me. And you can take that time, instead of scrolling, you can watch informative YouTube videos like this one. Or you can live your own life. Stop scrolling, but keep track of that. If on average you spend 2 hours a day scrolling, you don't have to bump it down to 0, but keep track of it and only spend an hour and 45 minutes scrolling and then an hour and a half scrolling. It will improve with awareness. Measuring things makes you aware of them, and awareness is key. Live an aware, conscious life. Become conscious of your actions, the way you spend your time. I have this Fitbit. It keeps track of my steps, and that makes you want to do more steps. Just measure your life in any way you can, in different areas of your life. Not forever, but just for now. And then you can see how you're improving. And the more you improve, the more you want to improve. It's like a video game. Treat your life like a video game. See how many points you can get. Level up to the next level. Beat that game of life. Thanks for watching. I really appreciate it. And I'll see you tomorrow in another video.